Hello everyone, hi, how are you guys doing today? Welcome back to another episode reaction to Buffy the Vampire Slayer. This is Rit, my name is Mana, hello. Okay, Buffy, last time we had a very interesting episode. I had a lot of fun with that one. I think really the episode that really kicks off season 4. We're like halfway through season 4 by now, or over halfway, I think, wow. That felt like the episode where finally all of the pieces not only came together, but also the drama of it finally kicked off, because we had Riley, we had Professor Walsh, we had Spike, we had the Initiative, we had all of this be permeated throughout the season, but last week's episode is when finally all of it collided in such a manner that now we're gonna have to see what the ripple effects of that are. I did a lot of speculation last episode as to, what might happen with Riley or what the Initiative is gonna do or say, but I have no clue. So I'm excited to watch this episode, see where things go. So yeah, that's gonna be it. Let us begin. Before all that, as always, Patreon. Check out the Patreon, link in the description below or the pop-up on screen. You can support the channel and watch the next 2 episode reactions to Buffy, as well as some Angel watch-alongs if you're into that. Alright, let us begin. So, Buffy the Vampire Slayer Season 4, Episode 14. Let's go. This is like immediately after. I try to use the gun, but it goes... They might not trust Riley at all.
Gotta hand it to you, Goldilocks. You do have bleeding tragic taste in men. You think Riley was out knitting booties for your future offspring while Maggie was stringing you up?
I mean, it's a valid question to pose it, but we, the audience, know that he doesn't.
Well, I can only imagine what she'd be so desperate to hide.
Okay, so what's up with this thing?
Yeah, let's take on those suckers.
I was thinking more that we'd hide.
Oh, thank God.
I mean, the problem here is that the U.S. military is out to get us. We need to fucking go to Mexico. Like, we need to fucking leave.
Come on down and boogie at Xander's hideaway.
Absolutely not. I will not squat in that dank hole.
What, it was good enough for me, but you're above it all?
Precisely. Very unlikely those initiative boys are going to come round here.
Riley comes in. Yeah.
Buffy.
The door was open too.
Maggie tried to kill me.
I need you to go over everything, step by step. Has to be some kind of mistake.
There was no mistake.
That's Hostile 17.
No.
Oh yeah.
Just a friend of Xander's.
Talk about this. Oh my God, the same bed.
It's a really long story. But he's not bad anymore.
Hey, I can't bite anymore. Thanks
Yeah,
to you,
that's true.
wankers.
Like,
We've been
he's
looking
not
all
bad.
over the place for him, but you've known where he's been all along?
I mean, to be fair, you never told her.
If you're trying to kill her,
What is this? You're hiding an HST?
Why don't you just back off and let her ask the questions, Jack? Your
Yeah.
boss just tried to make monster food out of her.
All I know is Professor Walsh told me you were dead. Then I saw you on the monitors. But this isn't Professor Walsh. There must be something making her act this way. Something, I don't know, controlling her.
We think Buffy may have been becoming too inquisitive. That
Yep.
she was getting close to something that Professor Walsh was trying to hide. The initiative isn't all that we've been told. That secretly they're working towards some darker purpose, something that might harm us all.
No, that's not what happens there.
Riley,
I would know.
look, no one is sure of anything, okay? We're just trying to sort it
I
out.
can't be here. I'll sort it out on my own.
Riley.
No, I'm sorry.
I mean, yeah. This guy is the guy who follows orders and truly believes in the military here. It makes sense for his fate to be tested and for him not to take it well. So yeah, are we gonna murder children or not? Are we gonna turn into Torchwood? I would be all in if this turned into Torchwood, but I don't think it will.
What am I?
You're a monster.
Okay.
I thought so.
Did you used to be human? You have like half of a human face.
How do you work?
I don't know, I just still. What's that for?
Okay, so there's 2 paths ahead of us. One is Torchwood, where we just murder children, and the other one is it's actually gonna be good. The villain is not the monster, but the institution that created it. I like how all of this is happening like in the same day. So like nobody checked this room for like a day. I guess it's like clearance for only like 2 people. So, oh my God, we're all hunkering down in Xander HQ. We're watching cartoons. Oh my God. I love this.
That would never happen.
That's kind of what happened to Professor War. I love all 3 of them just snuggling together watching cartoons. That's fucking awesome.
You know, you really should get yourself a boring boyfriend.
That was the idea. Riley was supposed to be Mr. Joe guy.
So dump him.
I'm already at the I hurt when he hurts, I smile when he smiles stage.
It's a bad stage.
Turn that TV.
Children stabbed by monster.
The boy was stabbed with what looks like some kind of large skewer.
Buffy knows enough to put this together that they gave him the arm.
The Pogara demon had a skewer in its arm.
Yep, okay.
I'm going to the crime scene to see what I can find out. When I find it, I'm going to make him pay for taking that kid's life. I'll make him die in ways he can't even imagine. That probably would have sounded more commanding if I wasn't wearing my yummy sushi pajamas.
It's fine. My mom sleeps on like an Among Us pajama. It's not a pajama, but it's like casual Among Us clothes. I'm not joking. I don't know where the fuck she got Among Us clothes, but she has an Among Us shirt and an Among Us little shorts, and she wears that, and I'm like, why? Where do you get Among Us clothing? She's not 12. She's like 62. Like,
Professor Walsh tried to have Buffy killed.
What? Did Buffy tell you that? I mean, do you have any proof? I wouldn't put it past Buffy to get on Professor Walsh's bad side. She tends to put her nose where it doesn't belong.
What?
She's a pain. Always wanting to know why this and why that.
And you're saying she should die because of that?
Maybe Professor Walsh found out that Buffy was up to something bad. That ever cross your mind?
Why does it bug you so much that I'm hanging with her? Is it because she's a better soldier than you?
ooh,
If she tried to kill Buffy, maybe Buffy needed killing.
this fucking guy. The professor's dead, and they're gonna be like, Buffy killed her.
Professor Walsh is dead.
They're gonna pin it on Buffy, 100%. So, do you know what this room is used for, though? Have you ever been in this room, and why this room? Nobody uses this room, clearly, because nobody found out the body for like.
Look at that wound.
It was like at nighttime.
She's been staked, wouldn't you say, brother?
Oh my fucking god! How did she infiltrate a military facility without knowing no one seeing her? There should be cameras all around the facility.
No way, man. That's your girlfriend's involved.
Hey, that's a serious accusation.
It
You
is.
better be ready to deal with the consequences.
Bring him home.
And it's certainly not what Professor Walsh would want.
No, sir.
Washington is sending in a team to do an internal investigation. I've been told we have to wait for their word.
What do you mean, wait? This has to be the work of the Pogara demon we captured last week.
Yeah, okay.
And we have to go after it.
My orders from Washington are for a total lockdown until they arrive.
Are you gonna follow orders? Or are you gonna disobey?
Engelman can talk all he wants. But I'm still in charge till the brass gets here and tells me otherwise. I say we've got a demon to hunt. Now suit up for armed patrol. And by that I mean loaded guns, men. Target practice is over.
What do you think, a homeless guy?
True.
I see a demon, it dies.
It's warm.
Man, I can't wait for that guy to die. For this guy on the left to die. We're just defiling crypts. That's what we're doing. Motherfucker! Okay, good hiding. They're terrible at investigating. Oh, this is like the middle of fucking nowhere.
Hey, look, I'm sorry about earlier. And the spike thing isn't as tweaked as it looked. Okay, maybe it is, but there's an explanation that almost makes sense.
Maggie's dead. Happy now?
How can you ask me that? The Pogara. It got her and escaped. I'm gonna find it and destroy it. And then you can stop asking me how happy all this death makes me.
Just a minute ago.
Lesbian! Sarah! Fuck whatever the plot was. All I care about is
Yeah,
Sarah.
that was nice. I hope you don't think that I just come over for the spells and everything. I mean, I really like just talking and hanging out with you and stuff. I know that.
But you want to do a spell.
Yeah, but only because it's really important. I've been thinking about that last spell we did all day. You have? Well, this one should be really fun too. We conjure the goddess Thespia to help us locate demonic energy in the area. Are you sure we're ready for that? You and me? This is beneath us.
Oh, this guy! Oh, I haven't seen you in like a full season. And I like that he's like, oh, god damn it, not again.
I'm making some changes with my life. I'm getting away from my old image.
You mean as a double-dealing snitch?
After those apocalypse demons nearly did me in, I had experience of the spiritual variety. I don't talk behind people's backs no more. And I'm bringing some class to the joint, you know? It's Willie's place now, see? Brings in a better clientele. I got one of those deep fryers. These demons just go crazy for chicken fingers.
Can't blame them, they're good.
I'm gonna have to punch you, aren't I?
Just once, and it don't have to hurt. Just make it look good.
Not yet, I haven't touched you.
Sorry. No! I can't talk to you!
What do you know? You heard anything about 314?
How come you're here? I guess he just followed her.
You told me you were tracking the Pogara demon. I thought I'd help. But now I see you're not hunting demons, you're socializing with them. Again.
Poor Willie, man. His place is fucked.
What are you doing here?
Just cooling a dog like the rest of us. Why don't you sit down, relax? How about I get you some chicken fingers on the house?
Hey, think you could shut up?
Look, I'm just saying.
I said shut up. Or maybe you'd like to go back to the lab with me.
Leave him alone, Riley. He's human. You're shaking.
He just harbors demons, which makes him a good guy like you. The truth. Now. Hold it. You. No leaving till I say so. Got it?
Like, this is not him. Someone captured his soul or something. I don't know what the fuck happened, but something happened. Something happened to this kid.
Be more comfortable. Stop it.
Yeah.
I can't. I thought I knew, but I don't. I don't know anything. I don't know which team I'm on, who the bad guys are. Maybe I'm the bad guy. Maybe I'm the thing you should kill.
No. Don't you even think that?
I'm trying to think. This feels like it's too extreme for it to just be him. He wasn't like this morning.
Something's affecting him physically and it's getting worse.
You think Professor Walsh did something to him?
I don't know, but I'm ready to find out. She must have kept records somewhere. About Riley, about 314, about all of it. And I'm sure she wasn't the only person that knew what she was up to. Xander, you and I are going undercover. He's the only one with military experience.
It's not like he was in the NAM. He was G.I. Joe for one night.
I'll be careful. Promise. It's a minor point, but how do you plan to get into the initiative? I'm sure the security system's almost impenetrable.
I have my clearance.
She wants to infiltrate into the initiative. That's gonna be wild. And also, if she succeeds in getting in, then they're just gonna use that to pin the murder of Maggie on her. It's like, oh, we have recording of her. Never mind the date.
When we do the incantation, we both blow it onto the square at the exact same time. Open a window to the world of the underbeing.
That wasn't at the same time.
With your knowledge, with your
She
grace,
didn't
we
at
serve
all.
you.
I
Not?
see. She doesn't want it to work because she wants to keep spending time with her. Xander's military getup isn't even close to being similar to the actual uniform.
Scan reported. Summers, Buffy.
Why are you doing this? This seems like the worst idea. Maybe it's not, because the initiative itself did not necessarily want to kill Buffy, it was just Professor Walsh. But they're absolutely gonna do that after this episode. And I'm gonna say it's largely gonna be the fault of that guy that I don't like, Riley's friend.
This child that it killed was mutilated. There's no recorded cases of a Polgara ever having done such a thing.
Just tell me where she is.
You're not well, Riley. You need to rest.
Did she find a Polgara? You're telling me she went to the initiative?
Listen.
Staying away from the stairs?
No, you're gonna get Buffy killed.
Hey! The longer they go without their meds.
Everyone's off their schedules because of the professor's death.
It's dangerous. I don't want to think about the damage our guys could do under the stress of withdrawal. These guys don't know they've been getting meds through their food. So we better get them in here stat.
Oh!
He's too important to the work to lose now.
Indeed.
Nothing happened to... Well, okay, I see. That's really bad now, though. Because I don't know how you could help him now, other than him going back to the initiative to keep the supply of meds. Do we have a detox spell?
Yeah, what's that?
Well... Yep, stop the door.
You can tell me what you did to Riley, and after that, we can take a tour of room 314.
Somebody's coming, you know. I'm sure they've already seen you on the security monitors.
Monitors are non-functional at this time, sir.
Oh!
Maggie wanted me dead, didn't she?
She did. But understand, the initiative has no interest in eliminating the Slayer. It was her own vendetta.
Why?
I don't know.
Well, think harder.
The project.
314.
Project.
It escaped.
That's enough. You're making her sound like some psychopath. She wasn't like that.
It's not...
All she was doing was trying to help people. And this is the way you want them to remember her? You're doing this to me, aren't you? This all started because of you.
I am trying to help you get to the truth.
You want truth? Then tell me. What did you do to her, Buffy?
Stop it! Everything that we need to know is here. We just need to find out what was in 314.
Me.
Okay, he's here. What are we doing?
Thinking about the world.
Oh, this is interesting. It's not just...
see it. Learn it.
It's not just a
I
monster.
saw the inside of that boy and it was beautiful. But it didn't tell me about the world. It just made me feel. I want to learn about me, why I feel, what I am. So I came home.
Oh!
Biomechanical demonoid. Designed by Maggie Walsh. She called me Adam, and I called her mother.
Maggie would want you to stand down.
But I seem to have a design flaw.
She pieced you together from parts of other demons.
and man and machine.
Yeah.
Which tells me what I am, but not who I am. Hard data, but also her feelings.
I have a feeling Adam is gonna kill Riley in this scene.
And that she loved me.
She wasn't your mother, and she didn't love you.
Riley Finn.
Ooh.
Mother created you too.
Maggie is not my mother.
She was the one who shaped your basic operating system. She taught you how to think, how to feel. She fed you chemicals to make you stronger, your mind and body. She said that you and I were her favorite children, her art. That makes us brothers, family.
No, I'm not like you.
Your feeding schedule, the chemicals have been interrupted? Or do you miss her? Tell me.
I'll kill you.
You won't. You haven't been programmed to.
I cannot be programmed. I'm a man.
It's here. The plan she had for us. What happens? How it ends.
No.
Oh boy.
Doctor?
Well, oh my god, the whole initiative is gonna come after us. Yeah, they're all gonna fucking die, and the guy who's left in charge is gonna be the guy that I hate. They're all gonna pin it down on Buffy because of that one guy that I hate. Oh my god, is he gonna escape before they break in? And when they break in, they're gonna be like, Buffy did it all! She stabbed everyone!
It's not the Polgara. It looks sort of half man.
Right, and you just happen to be in the neighborhood.
She's telling the truth. I saw it. Go. Now.
Okay, at least Riley's alive in order to, like, believe him.
He needs to go to a hospital. I'm going with him.
It's a military hospital.
No.
Back off! Take care of our own around here, understand?
Okay. This ending of episode wasn't as upsetting as I thought it would be. Who beat up Spike? No.
What did you expect, Spike? A welcome party? You've been making war on the demon world with the Slayer.
Ooh, he's not welcome anymore. Once again, he's gonna run with the tail between his legs back to the gang.
He needs me and I can't get near him. It's not like I can spend all my energy going after the initiative.
He's really that big of a threat?
Yes.
I could barely fight him. It was like Maggie designed him to be the ultimate warrior. He gave the Commando guys a slip with no problem.
That was because they were them, though.
I think the part where he's pure evil and kills randomly was an oversight.
I don't know if he's pure evil. It's like a Frankenstein story, you know?
He's alone. He has nothing to hold on to.
I don't know what he's holding. I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at. So based on nothing but just what my brain can imagine what the significance of that shot might be, in order for it to be the final shot of the episode, is for him to be holding on to something from Buffy. Something Buffy gave him. So he's holding on to her. Or he lost a hand. And that's why it looks weird like that. But then that would be bandaged. That's not a bandage. Yeah, and I see a hand in the shot previous to that. So he's holding on to something that I don't know what the fuck it is, but it's something that Buffy gave him is my guess. All right, Riley. Very Riley-centric episode. We also get to see plenty of Adam. I like that. I was worried that at the end of the episode, they would all walk in and everyone would be dead except for Buffy and Xander. And they would be like, well, Buffy came in and killed everybody, which that guy was 100% ready to declare. And then if it weren't for the fact that Riley was still alive and he was like, no, she's telling the truth, I saw that demon, then sure, man, like that's the only reason why Buffy hasn't been shot by like 50 gunmen already. Oh my god, I hate that guy. I really do. Like, I kind of like, I mean, my version of Buffy, I already imagine everybody above him fucking dying, and he becomes the de facto like leader of this group of the initiative, this facility, and then he's like, clearly Buffy did it all, so we're gonna pull all of our resources into killing fucking Buffy. Why? Because her dick is bigger than mine. That's the only reason why I hate Buffy so fucking much, because she's better than me, and I can't stand, like, I hate that guy so much. I really do. The first moment he showed up on screen, he was incredibly misogynistic immediately. And then I was like, oh, god damn it. And every appearance subsequent to that, it just got worse and worse. And I'm like, god, this guy is such an asshole. It's funny how you can hate characters so much that are not necessarily the villains. Like, we have this Frankenstein-ass demon that is just fucking, I don't know what the fuck he did to that child, but it looks like he killed that child so good that like it was, the remains were not suitable to show me that kill. He said I saw inside of the, he said something like, I saw the insides of that child to try and see everything and I didn't get to. Something like that. So yeah, he fucked that kid up. I don't hate that guy as much as I hate the commando guy that's Riley's friend. I hate that guy so much. Because like this Frankenstein ass monster, I actually do like how he came in and he started monologuing about like life, the purpose, and who he is and what he's learning. Like I like that. That's kind of cool. It is, he did have like a villain monologue, but this is very much like a Frankenstein situation where, you know, Frankenstein, not just the idea of, a thing made out of body parts of things that are already dead, which we already did before. We already had a Frankenstein episode. But in this instance, he comes back and he's like, I'm trying to learn about myself, who I am. It's like, I found the logs and I know what I am. I know what I'm made of. I know all the specific details, but that doesn't actually give me the greater answer to the greater question, which is, who am I? You know, like, what is my purpose? What am I doing here? It's like, I do like that philosophizing demon that he doesn't really know. I mean, he doesn't feel like he belongs, and he certainly doesn't, but he's trying to seek the questions for that. And he comes back and he fucking stabs that scientist. You know, we had Professor Walsh that last episode, and then in this episode we have the other one die. And Buffy referred to this guy as a being of pure evil. I don't think so. I think he is a product of his creation. What I mean by that is the way he's created, what he's being given, that's what makes him who he is. He doesn't really have the capability, at least not right now, of identifying that he can be something else if he wants to. He's just confused about his own existence and his own purpose. And the only thing he's doing is operating on what he already has instead of creating something new. That's interesting. That's interesting for a character. And it's interesting for this villain. Like now, okay, now I like this Adam character a lot more than I did last episode, because last episode I was just like, okay, it's just gonna be a Frankenstein Ultimate Warrior kind of monster. Just like a giant juggernaut that you can't kill. In this episode, he comes in and he just starts spitting. Like he starts having a villain monologue about like the purpose of life. And it's just like, I like that. I like a confused, misunderstood a monster that doesn't actually know what his goal in life is. But enough about Adam. Let's talk about Riley. This episode was heavily about Riley. For a second, I thought that Riley was creating in a lab as well. No, he is a real person. However, they fucked him up. Professor Walsh shaped him into the person that he is. That's very interesting to me, and that also makes a lot of sense. Why? Because Riley is... he's like the American dream version of like, this is an American soldier, you know? Like he's young and fit and he follows orders and he's very proper. He's fucking Superman. Like that's the thing about Riley. Like character wise, he tries to be good all the time. And for the most part he is. Like he's a fucking paladin in D&D. Like Riley is very much a good white bread boy. That is kind of the image of what would the perfect like soldier would be. And it's, well, it would be this kid, right? It would be someone that we can ensure has all of the greatest like physical and mental capabilities in order to lead the squad, while also simultaneously not questioning anything at all, following all of our orders. And he's also a good natured person. It's like that's who he is. It makes sense that that was manufactured, right? Because like, that's not to say that people like that don't exist in real life, but it is the thing of like, that is precisely the most desirable candidate you could have for like this army situation that we have here. So it makes sense for that to have been manufactured, and that's what Professor Walsh did. And it is also fucked up for Riley here, because that means that Riley never really had a choice as to who he is. And he didn't even realize that. And even more than that, even more so, he still believes in Professor Walsh. he believes Professor Walsh was good. He believes Professor Walsh cared because on some level she cared, because she did care about him. That's something we saw. That's like the only thing that she cared about. I mean, okay, no, she cared about him and she cared about 314, which 314 Adam, sorry, mentioned how she saw both of them as her children and that they're like brothers. So, okay. I mean, last week I was talking about how Professor Walsh was like really weirdly attached to Riley to the level that it was creepy, because I saw it as something more predatory, but instead it's becoming something more like he's her child, which is still creepy, don't get me wrong. But the reason why I interpret it as more predatory than like a mother is because I thought that Riley was just Riley. But now I am learning that Riley, as we know him, was a creation of Professor Walsh. Not physically, she didn't birth him, but she shaped his psyche, and I guess in a way maybe his body, in order to be the Riley that exists now. Riley, before joining in, was probably a very different person. So Professor Walsh administering Riley with all of the things that turn him into who he is today. And like, I do like that we get to see Riley so completely fucked up. And to the point that I thought that somebody happened to him. Nothing happened, actually. Something happened before, which is they were giving him drugs. As soon as he stops taking them, they were like, we don't know what might happen to him when he starts suffering the withdrawals. And it's like, well, we start to see it. He's so fucked up. And so they kept Riley fully drugged for who knows how long. What Riley said last time is that he enlisted into some military government service or something like that, special training, and he didn't know where he was going to be sent, and they sent him to the initiative. And he was like, well, it doesn't matter, because we're doing the good thing. We're the good guys, right? So Riley comes across as like a very hopeful kid that fully believes in like his country, like other people other than him know better and they will do the right thing. So he's willing for anything to happen to him in order for that to be true. So it would have been really easy to shape Riley into whatever you want him to be, which is what Professor Walsh did. So this episode is interesting because it's going to be the undoing of Riley, the unraveling of Riley. Because Riley is no longer, moving forward, I feel like Riley is not going to be so much the Riley that we've known up till now. His character is not going to like immediately change in everything, but it would make a lot of sense for the next time that we see him for him to feel a lot differently. That's the thing about the drugs though, is that I don't know if you can make him stop taking them, because if he does, then he just goes nuts. So that's fucked up. Like, I'm weirdly enough starting to feel really bad for Riley. And Riley is not particularly necessarily a character that I'm super attached to, but I'm starting to think about Riley as like a kid. I'm older, so I still see him as like a young dude, but I can imagine him like going to high school, and then immediately after high school he's like, I want to help my country or whatever like that, because he's just that naive and hopeful. And then they just send him in to this place, and then they give him a bunch of drugs, and then his brain just breaks. And it didn't. It's not that he was a person that wasn't capable or hindered in any way, but they made him super complacent, arguably. I don't know what the drugs did, but I have to assume that they made him more complacent than maybe he was before. Not that that kind of person would have necessarily fought too much against it, but he was like, yeah, whatever, I can take these things. In fact, he said they were vitamins last episode. So, like, they just lied to him about what they were doing to him. Of course, because he didn't know about it this episode. But still, like, all right, so that's Riley. This episode went by fast for me. Like, I was like, I'm like halfway through, and it's like, no, the episode was about to end, right? Let's talk about Tara. I'm gonna dedicate a segment to every single Buffy video from now on. That is just gonna be the Tara segment at this rate, because every time Tara shows up on screen for like half a minute, I'm like, let's go Tara. And it's funny because Tara is such a like character that has nothing to do with the plot so far, but I love her, so I just want to keep seeing Tara. It's kind of like Anya last season, because Anya last season didn't really do anything, but every time she was on screen, I'm like, let's go Anya. I feel the same way about it with Tara here. This time, Tara did something that was not the same as anything that Tara has done before, yet it fits within that venue of characterization that we've already seen her in, and also makes me like her more, which is she fucked up the spell that Willow was doing completely willingly. And the only reason she did that, I mean, it hasn't been explained to me, but fuck you, I know the reason. And it's because she wants to spend more time with Willow. So it's like, well, Willow, you can come back tomorrow and see if we can maybe do the spell correctly tomorrow. Maybe it won't fail. Let's keep practicing and get better at it. It's like, that's what it feels like to me, which I really like. I actually really like that about Tara now. Because Tara is just like really shy. I don't want to say desperate, but she feels like it a little bit, that she really, really wants to be with Willow. But she also doesn't maybe have that high of an image of herself. So that when Willow rejected her that one time, Tara was immediately just like shrugs and looks down and just leaves. Because she feels like, you know, like, this girl doesn't like me. I need to cut my losses and leave. This is too hurtful. And then when Willow came back and was like, Tara, let's spend time together, that's what Tara was just, yes. It's like, okay, let's do spells together. And Willow is like, you know, I like you. I do enjoy hanging out with you. I'm sorry that all we do is spells. But I did come here for another spell. And Tara's like, no, it's fine. Don't worry about it. We can spend as much time together as we want. So then they go to the spell, and then Tara's like, it didn't work. I don't know why. Oh man, we can try again tomorrow though. That would be nice. I like that. I like Tara. I really do. That's all we got for Tara today, but I do like this character. I mentioned before why I'm really attached to Tara despite her being such a non-character so far. But I immediately like her way more than I like most characters. Tara's good. I like her. Okay, so this Frankenstein thing. Adam. Completely fucked up a child. So we are going down the Torchwood route. However, we don't get to see the children die. We haven't crossed that line yet. I would like it if we did, just because I think that's funnier. But I understand why we don't. We don't want to keep this show too mature. We are gonna keep this show lighthearted and fun without just the child murder happening live on screen. However, I would like to see it. I 100% thought that something was possessing Riley or something. Like, my default was thinking about something supernatural, but it makes so much complete sense for it to be just drugs that they administer him, and he's suffering from the withdrawals. That makes so much more sense. And he's absolutely still on the idea that Professor Walsh was good, but no, she was just a psychopath, man. But like, she made him believing her. So now his world crumbled apart, like Buffy says. It all is falling apart around him. So what is he gonna do? He needs to hold on to something. And I'm guessing that what he held on to was something that Buffy gave him. Buffy's plan of infiltrating the initiative was... I mean, I want to say it was a little bit silly, a little bit dumb. I mean, okay, we know that the initiative didn't have anything against Buffy about killing her. As expressed by the guy in this episode, the other scientist. We know that it was just Professor Walsh being insane because one of her children was getting too close to another woman, and we can't have that. However, Buffy didn't know that, and for all she knew, the initiative wanted to kill her. And she still decided, you know what, I'm gonna go in and I'm just gonna infiltrate into the initiative. As if they don't have any logs or anything that would show like who comes in and who comes out in this facility. Whatever, she's just gonna come in through the front door, log in, just like Buffy Summers, there you go, here's my retina, I'm going in. All these cameras are rolling, and the only reason they didn't was because Riley came in and helped. Like, Buffy's so lucky that the initiative didn't want to kill her. Because, like, that's the thing. That's the only reason why she got out of there okay, is because there's no reason for the initiative to actually do anything to her. But she didn't know that when she went in. She still believed that they all wanted to kill her. Why did she do that? But that's so stupid. It really is. Oh my god. Okay. All right. That's it for this episode. I look forward to see what happens next. While simultaneously, I am not looking forward to whatever Riley's friend is going to do. I still don't know that guy's name. Patreon people, let me know, what is that guy's name? The commander guy that I don't like. The one that has a smaller dick than Buffy. That is so mad about it. Who's mad? That guy that I don't like. Tell me his goddamn name because I need to know who to hate. Because he's the worst character so far right now that we have in this storyline in this season. Professor Walsh was, I mean, arguably a worse person, but also a more interesting character. This guy is just like angry that he's not that important or that good, and also a misogynist. And it's just like, oh my god, like, he's so unlikable. There's a monster just fucking ripping children apart, and I'm like, I like that guy more than this guy, actually. Oh my god. Okay, that's gonna be it for this reaction episode to Buffy. Thank you so much for tuning in. See you guys next time. Alright everyone, thank you so much for watching this reaction episode to Buffy. If you would like to watch the next 2 episode reactions as well as full-length reactions and Angel watch-alongs, you can do so over at the Patreon. Check out the link in the description below, social media, all sorts of cool stuff that I do. See you guys next time. Take care everybody. Bye.